Hey guys, as you know, Giraffe ships with a car parking algorithm. So I can click and draw a car park. And this car parking algorithm is relatively powerful. We can put islands every 5 bays that are 10 feet. We can choose reference edges. We can add exclusion zones for entrances. We can do a number of things. But it doesn't do everything, right? And what I wanted was a car park algorithm that put some little green islands with a tree on them. And so there's two options. I can go to the programmers, the dev team, and say, guys, let's iterate on this algorithm. Or, because of the way we've architected Giraffe, I can actually start building my own algorithm. And it'll be imperfect, but it's really exciting. I'll show you how I do it. So let's enter the matrix. You know that white part in the matrix one where he just goes to the white world and gets all his guns? We're going to do that. And we're going to build our own car parking algorithm in Flow Builder. And I'm going to start with the structural grid and get into it. Okay, so I don't really want the points. So my thought is I'm going to use the structural grid to generate some lines, horizontal lines, and then those horizontal lines I'm going to offset. I'm going to break them with stroke dash array, and then I'm going to offset those and put car parks on them. Now structural grid doesn't, it exports broken lines. So these are actually, like this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually 4 lines. So to get around that, you make I'm putting out the X line. So do you make this 1,000? Yeah, you make this actually 100,000. You really want it big, and then you offset it by like 5 or 50,000, right? And then that gives you solid lines. So those are now solid lines. And the Y spacing, this is going to be 30 feet. So let's say 30 feet. So well, let's say 45 feet. So 16 feet for the car park, 16 feet for the road, 16 feet for the next car park. So that's 48, I guess. Groovy. Okay. Now let's take these lines and let's stroke dash them. And we'll say we're going to go 100 feet of car parks and then 10 feet of island. So the strokes are now going to be car parks, and we're going to offset these bad boys. Offset polygon, we're going to offset them 16 feet, which is the depth of our car park. And I'm going to show you something now. So there we go. So we've got this sort of island thing happening. So we're starting to make progress on our new and improved car park. And you can see how these algorithms are sort of friends of each other. But if I assign friends, I meant cousins, parking lots, right? The way that this algorithm works is it tries to fill this with parking lots, including space for the road, so it doesn't just sort of do back to back. So what I'm going to do is I am going to offset this polygon a smaller amount. So my bay length is 16 feet, and my polygon is 16 feet, but it's on both sides. So I'm only going to offset it one side, and then I'll assign like plaza to this. Like I want like a, what can I assign? Car park. There we go. Save. Okay, so now I've got the right width. I'm going to open that flow builder. So this polygon is offset to the left. So this is a really cool button. I'm going to duplicate that thing. I'm going to offset this one to the right. And now I've got these back-to-back car parks. Pretty cool. And let's deal with our little our dashes now. Now dashes we're going to offset to polygons, and we're going to offset them positive 16 feet. But in this time we'll go both. We'll just go both sides because it doesn't matter if our dashes are. And I'm going to add a centroid, and I'm going to copy that out. Then I'm going to add a tree to the centroid, and I'm going to add landscape usage to the dash and save to see what we've wrought. Okay, so now these roads are probably too thin. So we come back to this little guy, and my Y spacing is too low. I must have screwed it up somehow. So I've just made it a bit further apart. And now I've got these trees, these car parks, these roads. And I'm starting to feel good. I've got like 2 different car parks. I've got this strange one, and I've got like this strange hybrid one, and the one we've got. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. And I'm gonna go further. I can go one step further. I am going to add these parks around the outside. So this grid fill here, we can offset from the boundary. So let's offset it 50 feet. And then let's convert this polygon to a line. And the way you do that is you just convert it into you just offset it like once. And then I'm going to, by 1 foot, or like 0.1 feet. And then I'm going to stroke dash. And this stroke dash, I'm going to go 1,000 feet. And then I'm going to add like a 40 feet gap. And then I'm going to go 1,000 feet again. So you can see the strokes are those. And the dash is a dash. That's going to be my entrance. Now this is a funny little hack, but it is what it is. And I'm going to offset that polygon 16 feet. And I think I want to go in. So I think the other way. The other way. Okay, I think it's this way. And then I'm going to apply car parks to this guy. And save. And I can't see. I'm going to open. And instead of this, I'm going to make this guy parking lot and car park. And I'll get rid of that, and I'll get rid of that, and I'll get rid of that. And I'll save changes. Boom. All right. So now I've got this boundary, and then this offset, and then my grid fill car park. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, so I like this algorithm. I think it's cool. You can see that it's not as powerful as a purpose-built, state-of-the-art algorithm. There's things that I'd want to do, like over here where you have excess space. I can't get half a car park, which a purpose-built algorithm would do. Like I'm losing some car parks over there, and there's probably a way of fixing that. I could probably, even within this coding environment, figure out a smart way of doing that. People watching the video, you may already have one in mind. But certainly, as I become more and more, as we add more and more functionality to this environment, so I currently got this many functions. Once we've got, say, 5 times as many functions, or 100 times as many functions, or even an additional 100 functions, you can see how, for an expert user, you could probably string together and compose these functions in a way to achieve any kind of output you wanted. And so we've done that approach very intentionally. So rather than building gigantic, perfect algorithms, we've built small modular algorithms that can then be composed together to achieve this kind of outcome. And look how cool this parameterized thing is. Like if I change that to 800, you'll see that moves around. If I add an extra, say 2000 afterwards, now I can move this thing, that entrance, around in this kind of strange parameterized way. Here we are in the infinite white abyss with 2 kinds of car park algorithm.